Hello Jim, it's Joe Castillo with LCE Graphics. This is a digital video. We call this the intro video. Every time a customer buys a machine, we do an introductory video of their system, and you can see here that's a Borg BSTD Plus, one of the newest systems that Borg makes, and over there is a Duplo 5000 system. That's one of the newest ones that Duplo makes. And also this one here, same thing, Duplo 4000. And then right here is a Duplo Dc10000S. This is a system you're purchasing. And I just want to show you, we pull the covers off. Of course, it's a very time-consuming and complex thing that we do here. It's very unique. I don't really know anyone else who's doing what we do, or at least not as thoroughly, for sure. But anyway, the first thing we do is we have some modifications and changes that we do on the towers, improvements that we've come up with over the years that kind of help eliminate problems. And then of course the cleaning, but as you can see, this machine is super clean. All there is just a little bit of dust on the hoses, but the towers themselves are really super clean. This is what we call a super clean collating system. And we can tell that the machine hasn't run very long, because you can tell by looking at the gears and the bends. So anyway, right now we're going through the service and inspection of the unit. First thing we do is do an inspection of all the springs, drivers, gearboxes, clutches, valves. We remove these valves here and make sure they're clean, that there's no residue, dirt or dust or paper. It's just amazing the things that can cause one of these machines to malfunction, the things that nobody ever thinks about. A bin quits working, and well, they quit working, so they skip it and go to the next one. And when we service these machines, even on new machines that we've sold, and we go back in 6 months later, there'll be bin 2 won't be working, bin 5, bin 7, bin 9, and so they're running a 20 bin machine, and 3 or 4 or 5 of the bins aren't functioning properly, so it's really easy to just skip them, And it gets to the point where you only have 1 bin left, and you have to do something. But basically, it's the minutest things many times that makes a bin not work. Now, what we do is, as the serviceman goes through the machine, he'll check it and everything, and note anything that he sees that needs to be corrected, any issues that he detects from the visual inspection. That's the first part. And then the second part is where we're at now. You can see your booklet makers up on a lift. And what we do is we pull them up on a lift, and we get all underneath and clean it inside, and then we replace all the chains. These chains here, your drive chains, the main drive chain, the main drive belt, all the belts and chains on our, this is what we call a premium system, will be replaced new. And of course anything else the machine needs. We'll check all the bearings, bushings, drive arms, all the sensors that you can see here. We disconnect them, pull them out, clean them, and check them, make sure they're working properly, and then reinstall them. So everything is serviced and inspected, and that's really the way to do it, because that way, that's the only way you can really know for sure. And as you can see, we pulled out all the stuff in the front, your plates and everything, so we can access the stopper unit. Now, this is a very, very important part of the collator, and many times is overlooked in service. In fact, service people rarely ever even look at this mechanism. It's these two, the one in the fold and the one in the stitcher, are the two most important components on this machine. Yet it's never serviced or done anything with, And unfortunately, it's something that needs to be serviced at least once a year. And if it's high volume usage, 2 or 3 times a year. So anyway, we take this whole unit all apart, clean it thoroughly, realign the bearings. It actually has bearings in here. If you can see those bearings right there, a little dark right in there, but you can see the bearings inside there. A little bit of dust, but those bearings have to be aligned, and how well they're aligned determines how well that stopper works, and whether or not it's coming up straight. I mean, it's just so much to it. And these are your fold rollers, and as you can see, the fold rollers are in really good condition. No gouges, no grooves cut in them. Your buckle fold rollers at the bottom. Duplo has, on these systems, has 3 sets of rollers. Your first set of rollers are the steel ones at the bottom. They're called the buckle fold rollers. Those are the ones that actually make the U shape out of the booklet. Then the second set of rollers irons that U down into more of a V, and then the third set of rollers gives them a little bit extra pressing. Now these are the belts, as you can see. Now the belts on this machine are like new, but we'll replace them anyway. We'll be putting new exit belts. So what happens is, as you can see here, they kind of get stretched out. See that? Even though the belts don't have a lot of usage on them, they get stretched out over time. See, and then what happens? They get loose, and then your booklets don't exit like they should. So even the ones on the bottom, as you can see, are a little bit on the loose side. So that's the reason why we replace them. These belts are also replaced. And of course, the difficult part, and the reason why most equipment sellers do not do what we do, is because we have to completely dismantle this machine. It isn't a matter of just slapping on a V-belt. Just like in here, you see you have a chain here that's worn really bad. You can see how loose it is. And what happens with a chain, the links wear from link to link, and then over time the chain is called stretching, but it's really not stretching. It's actually wearing out. So and also inside here you have chains that drive each one of the rollers. Those are really important, often neglected. Then you have like this gear belt here, that's replaced. And of course we check all the cables. It's very, very important that the cables on these machines, we not only inspect them, but we lube them with a special silicone coating. And what that coating does is it protects the cable, it reduces wear. And so just to give you some ideas of some of the things that we do. We also check all of your servo motors. Now your servo motors all have what they call step sensors in there, and we take all the step sensors out, we blow them out, clean them, make sure they're all working properly. And you can see the count. So you can see the count on that counter right there, 1,460,000. So you're buying a booklet maker that hasn't been used, and it's obvious. You can look at it and tell that this machine wasn't used very much. I mean, realistically, we could sell these machines just like they are, but you can see right here, look, here's an example of what I'm talking about. These belts look okay on the outside. Of course, it's normal to have that black coating on there, comes off from the rubber roller, but it's normal to see that black coating. You're thinking, well, you look at the belt and you clean it up and it looks really, really good. But this belt is so dried out that you can see there how easily it tore. All I had to do was just grab it with my finger and pull on it, and it ripped. See that? And that's both belts were that way. So that's why you can't just look at something cosmetically and tell whether it's going to be in good shape or not. But overall, like I said, this machine was really well maintained also. And the trimmer that goes with this one is over on the other side over there. We haven't started on it yet. But anyway, this is like like I said, a preliminary video that we do for our customers. And then of course on the collators, they have chains and belts. Now on the collators, we don't replace all the chains and belts, need them or not. We only replace the chains that need to be replaced, because the chains on these don't wear like they do on the booklet maker. But any chains that look stretched or expanded, we replace, and any of the belts that aren't in like new condition get replaced. We check all the clutches. I mean, there's just an awful lot to do. Even the transfer conveyors. There's another area that nobody ever looks at. The transfer conveyors are very important. The condition of the belts, coatings on the belts, we clean them with a special cleaner. We take the whole conveyor apart, clean it all on the inside, check the bushings, bearings, all the little idler rollers. I mean, all the things that make one of these booklet making robots operate properly are the things that we function. And we actually have a checklist that we use that the service guy, as he's servicing the machine, has to go through to make sure that that the most important things are covered and looked at. Anyway, should you have any questions, Jim, anytime, please feel free to call us. Sometimes it's better to call because we don't have much desk time here. All of us are rocking and rolling all the time. So, but if you have to reach us and it's important, call us. We try to respond to emails, but it's hard for me to get the emails till about in the afternoon or very early in the morning. So if you have any questions, please feel free to call us. I want to thank you for your order. We really appreciate the confidence you showed in our company, and I assure you it won't be misplaced. You'll be very pleased with your system. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Bye.